Welcome to the last episode in our six-part series on the history of witches. Our broom has flown through caves, courts, deserts, and forests. Now we reach the long twilight of the witch hunts, and a new dawn where witches trade pyres for paperbacks, rituals, and streaming shows.
The Enlightenment and the Last Trials, 1700 to 1800.
By the early 18th century, Europe's appetite for witch burnings had cooled. Intellectuals championed reason over superstition. Britain's Witchcraft Act of 1735 treated spellcasting as fraud rather than heresy, a bureaucratic shrug after centuries of panic. Still, the embers flickered. Anna Göldi was executed in Switzerland in 1782, often dubbed Europe's last witch, though technically tried for poisoning. Across Scandinavia and the Baltic, small rural prosecutions lingered, usually sparked by livestock illness or neighborly feuds. Folklore collectors noticed a shift. People still believed in charms, but the diabolical conspiracy faded, replaced by stories about milk-stealing hares or mysterious hag riders pressing on sleepers' chests.
Tonight's rational enlightenment is powered by Voltaire's candles, guaranteed to chase away darkness and the occasional wandering spirit.
Romanticism and Folklore Fever, 1800 to 1900.
The 19th century didn't banish witches, it rebranded them. Writers like Goethe, his Walpurgisnacht in Faust, and the brothers Grimm gave witches dramatic capes and gingerbread real estate. Painters filled canvases with moonlit hags. Composers wrote ballet witches whirling on mountainsides. Folklorists such as Jacob Grimm, Thomas Keatley, and Russian scholar Alexander Afanasyev roamed villages collecting spells, charms, and Baba Yaga tales before they vanished under industrial smoke. Witches became heritage, not courtroom evidence. In America, legends like New York's Witch of Pungo or New England's ghostly witches joined a growing Gothic appetite. Even polite Victorians enjoyed seance parlors and spiritualist mediums, not witches exactly, but proof that curiosity about the unseen was alive and kicking.
This heritage moment is brought to you by Fairy Tale Realty, securing affordable housing in gingerbread neighborhoods since 1812.
20th century revivals, Wicca, feminism, and pop culture.
Enter Margaret Murray, whose 1921 book, The Witch Cult in Western Europe, proposed witches were survivors of a pre-Christian fertility religion. Academics soon debunked the idea, but popular imagination adored it. Mid-century, civil servant turned occultist Gerald Gardner launched Wicca, blending Murray's thesis, ceremonial magic, and British folk customs. Gardner's followers, and later branches like Alexandrian Wicca, shaped witchcraft into a religion celebrating nature, seasonal Sabbats, and the balance of goddess and god. By the 1960s to 70s, feminist thinkers reclaimed witch as a badge of independence. Groups like the Women's International Terrorist Conspiracy from Hell, WITCH, staged cheeky hexes on Wall Street and beauty pageants. Academic studies reframed trials as gendered violence rather than proof of dark arts. Television and film kept witches fashionable. Bewitched charmed audiences. The witches of Eastwick gave them sass. Harry Potter trained a new generation in pop myth spellwork.
Looking to launch your own coven? Start right with Broomshare, the sustainable way to commute to your midnight Sabbath.
The 21st century, digital cauldrons and global covens.
Today, witchcraft spans bookstores, botanicas, and social media feeds. Neo-pagans gather for solstice rituals. Appalachian granny magic blends herbs and prayer. Afro-Caribbean traditions thrive in botanicas and voodoo temples. Meanwhile, TikTok's WitchTok serves candle tutorials and moon manifests to millions. Academics explore witch trials as lenses on law and power. Heritage towns run museums and walking tours. For many, the witch is a symbol of resistance, ecological awareness, or creativity. For others, she remains a thrilling villain or Halloween icon.
This digital spell is brought to you by Wi-Fi Familiar, because even your cat deserves stable internet during moon phases.
A broom's eye view.
And here we are, from clay tablets and courtrooms to hashtags and handcrafted brooms. Witches have been healers, scapegoats, rebels, icons, and pop culture darlings. They remind us that every society needs figures who cross boundaries, challenge rules, and stir the imagination. So, dear listeners, have a wonderful Halloween. Enjoy the fun of today's version of All Saints' Day, Samhain, All Hallows' Day, and All Hallows Even, or whatever you prefer to call it. And every little witch you see this October 31st, take some time to tell her or him the history you learned here. Because history is wisdom, and wisdom is a secret art of thinking, feeling, and breathing the thoughts of unity at every moment of life. If you've loved this marathon ride through history's most enchanting characters, subscribe, leave a review, and maybe light a candle, for luck or just for atmosphere. Until next time, keep your herbs handy, your mind curious, and your cauldron squeaky clean.
Final sponsor. This entire series was unofficially powered by Cauldron Clean, keeping history's potions residue-free since, well, whenever cauldrons were invented.